All right, guys, let's get this party started, man. Listen, this is JWimbrey. I am super excited to be in your presence this morning, this afternoon, this evening, depending on what part of the world that you are in. What I'm about to share with you right now, this is something that you can implement in your life at any time. I like to teach things that I've used in my life that didn't cause me to have to go out and do any studying. I didn't have to, meditate or go to any courses. I didn't have to prepare, if that makes sense. I want to teach you something right now. And many of you may, sometimes things that I teach may sound common sense, but sadly, common sense is very uncommonly practiced. So I want to remind you of things that you really already know about you. I want to remind you of that giant that's inside of you that's probably been sleeping or maybe just chilling out, or revelation from heaven that's going to change my life forever. I'm looking for the simple things that I can start implementing right now while I'm waiting for heaven to open up. I'm not waiting for heaven. I'm not waiting for heaven. I'm in motion. I'm making things happen as heaven is open up in my favor. When I say heaven, I'm talking about favor. I'm talking about, the world having no choice but to slow down and take heed to the actions that you're doing. Why? Because I believe whatever you put out into the world is going to come back to you. Whatever whatever you sow, that's what you're going to reap. I'm going to teach something from my book. Now I want you to understand, I wrote this book about 15 years ago. The first version of it was about 15 years ago. And the reason I want to teach something from my book is because I want to prove to you that I'm still using the same information in my life today that I used 15 years ago to become a multimillionaire. I may have advanced in terms of the information that I'm using, but the foundational information that I'm still teaching, and I'm going to page 37 in my book. If you got my book, grab it. You don't have to have it. It doesn't matter. I'm going to teach it to you right now. There's a place in my book, and I promise you in about 15 minutes, I'm going to be done. There's a chapter in my book that's called Friend or Foe. Now, I don't care if you heard me teach this before, take that out of your head. Because a lot of times especially people that I've been working with that heard me teach this stuff before, you may be thinking to yourself, well, I've heard this before. Listen, repetition is the mother of all skill. Repetition is the mother of all skill. Why do I keep saying that? Because repetition is the mother of all skill. Check this out. I'm going to read directly from it, and then I'm going to break it down of how you're going to implement this information in your life today, the next 24 hours, to absolutely jumpstart and create increase in your life. And at any time that I'm saying something that's moving you, I want you to type it, hashtag it, tag me in it, take a screenshot. All of my social media is @Wimbrey on Facebook, @Wimbrey on Twitter, @Wimbrey on Instagram, @Wimbrey on LinkedIn. Take a screenshot and let me know that I said something that moves you, because believe it or not, when I move you, it moves me. So hold me accountable and share that information with me. The title of this chapter is called Friend or Foe. Friend or Foe. As a matter of fact, 8Ball and MJG, when I was in high school, early on in high school, 8Ball and MJG, they're a rap group from the South. They wrote a song called Friend or Foe. And this is where the chapter comes from. Because when I was in high school, I don't know why this song just stood out for me, because it talks about friends. And it said, who are your friends? Who are your foes? Who do you ask when you want to know something about something when you don't know nothing? My ignorance is keeping me out in the cold. Let me do that again. Who are my friends? Who are my foes? Who do I ask when I want to know something about something when I don't know nothing? My ignorance is keeping me out in the cold. This makes me think of Holton Bugs. Who are my friends? And who are my foes? Who do I ask when I want to know? See, when I want to know something, I've been going to Holton Bugs for almost 18 years now. Mr. Edwin Haynes for over 17, 18 years now, having access to people like Bishop T.D. Jakes and Les Brown. When I want to know something, I go to people who are qualified to get me into information that I want to know. So the first thing that I want to talk about, who are you speaking to that's not qualified? Whose opinions are you taking that aren't qualified to get you up in life? Are you listening to people that are pushing you towards your destiny? Or are you listening to people who are pulling you away from your destiny? Here goes to where I'm going with this. Straight out of the book. There are many ways to define a true friend. This chapter is not geared to give you any traditional definition of either friend or the other side of the coin, foe. It's not a traditional definition. You see, when I say friend or foe, I'm speaking of much more than just a human being. I want you to hear me out on this. Listen, if I ask you the definition of the word friend, most likely you would say something along the lines of a person that I can share my deepest desires with, or someone who's going to be there through the thick and the thin. That's been Holton Bugs for me. That's been Hurling Bugs for my wife. They have been there for us through the thick and the thin. We know when we go to them, we're going to get the straight, honest to God truth, whether we like it or not. And that's a friend. If I ask you the definition of a foe, you would probably say an enemy or someone who's against you. And you're right. Both of these definitions are fair and accurate definitions. But now I will challenge you for a second. Let's be practical. Let's go back to the basics. Let's expand our traditional mindset and think outside the box. If I ask you, if I ask a group of 5-year-olds, if I ask a group of 5-year-olds, what's a friend? Most will give a simple answer. Someone who helps people. Someone I like. That's a 5-year-old's definition. If I ask the same kindergartners, what's an enemy? I can almost guarantee they will say someone who's bad, someone who hurts people. You see the definition of a kid's? The kid's definition of a friend or foe is more accurate than our definition because it's more pure. There's more purity in their definition. Now here it is. These children can't imagine having a bad person, or these children can't imagine having a bad person or a friend. A bad person as a friend. Listen what I just said. These children, they can't imagine having a bad person as a friend. So they would automatically categorize this individual as a foe. So I go on in the chapter and I talk about my definition of a friend or a foe. Listen up very closely. A friend is a person, place, or thing, just like a noun. A noun is a person, place, or thing. But here's my definition of a friend. Here's how I constantly push myself on a daily basis to stay in motion. Here's how I constantly hold myself accountable. If I say, listen, today I'm going to sign up 2 people in ibuumerang. I'm going to sign up 2 new ambassadors in ibuumerang, or I'm going to get 5 new customers, free customers today in ibuumerang. If that's my goal, everything that I entertain today is either a friend or a foe of that goal. Listen to me very clearly. Everything. Everything. Everything that I entertain today, it's either going to be a friend of me getting my 2 today, my 2 ambassadors, or it's going to be a foe of me getting that. Why? Because a friend is a person, place, or thing that's pushing you into your destiny, that's complementing what you say you want to happen. So if I say I want to get 2 ambassadors in my business today, personally sponsored by me, that are a friend of that goal. A friend is a person, place, or thing that's pushing me into where I want to go, where I said I want to go in life. A foe, an F-O-E, a foe is a person, place, or thing that's pulling me away from where I said I wanted to be in life, where I said I wanted to go in life. So a friend is a person, place, or thing that's pushing you towards your destiny, pushing you towards your goal. A foe is a person, place, or thing that's pulling you away from your destiny, pulling you away from your goal. Every conversation that you have today is going to be a friend of your goal, or it's going to be a foe. The strength and the power of this entire exercise is being conscious. Here's the problem. We always entertain conversations that are a foe of where we're going. We watch things on TV that are a foe of where we're going. We find ourselves contemplating things that are foes, F-O-Es, in terms of I want to echo solutions. So if I'm empowering people to start a home-based business, to take ownership of their life today, that is me being a part of the solution. So anything that's adding to the problem is a foe. And I know me. See, here's the thing. You know you. And the hardest thing to do is not lie to yourself. It's easy for Johnny to lie to Johnny because there's nobody here to hold me accountable. Johnny can lie to Johnny all day. Johnny can say, hey, you know what? I want to lose 10 pounds, but right now my kids are home. They're driving me crazy. They can't go to school. So I'm just going to sit up and eat some ice cream. Well, that mindset is a foe of what I said I wanted out of life. So a friend is a person, place, or thing that's pushing you into your destiny. This morning inspirational call is designed to be a friend of where you say you want to go. The foe are the things that are holding you back. And many times it's what you allow to enter in you to hold you back. Listen, we're all dealing with stuff right now. We are all dealing with an unknown right now. Every single one of us. Now listen, I know that. I don't need to know anymore. I know that I'm dealing with the unknown. So I've got to put things in place that make me feel comfortable, because the unknown is uncomfortable. But what is comfortable is I am helping people set up themselves as a home-based business in the midst of the unknown. So we're creating a sense of certainty for individuals in a world of uncertainty. So that makes me a friend, a part of the solution. So everything that you do today, if you say, listen, I want to hit rank in the next 30 days. You want to hit rank in the next 30 days, any new rank, you want to help somebody hit a new rank. Everything that you do after you say that. I want to be successful in ibuumerang. I want to make full-time income in ibuumerang. I want to use ibuumerang to put my kids in private school. Whatever your declaration is for ibuumerang, once you make that declaration, right after those words come out of your mouth, as a matter of fact, I want you to say, I don't care who's around you, if you're by yourself, say what you want ibuumerang to produce for you this year. Say it right now out loud. Right now out loud. Right now out loud. This year, I want 10 diamonds on my left team, and I want 10 diamonds on my right team that are in my lineage. I just made a declaration in front of everybody. I want 10 diamonds on my left team. I want 10 diamonds in my right team in 2020. Now, once I say that out loud, everything that I do for the rest of the year is a friend of my declaration or it's a foe. So here's the thing. I'm not perfect. Johnny is going to have faux conversations. He is. I just know me. Johnny's going to entertain things that have nothing to do with helping 10 people on his left team become diamond and 10 people on his right team become diamond. Johnny's going to entertain conversations. Johnny's going to go to places. Remember I said it's a person, place, or thing? Johnny's going to find himself in situations, in environments that he shouldn't be in, because where he's at doesn't complement having 10 diamonds left and 10 diamonds right for the rest of the year. But the key is to know it in the now. The whole part of this exercise is when I identify the fact that I'm entertaining a foe, it's my job to create separation immediately. Hey, man, guys, you guys have a good night tonight. Drinks on me. I got to go. That's me saying, I'm not supposed to be here right now. I got 10 left and 10 right. I got 20 diamonds I have to create. I don't have time to sit at a bar. I don't have time to watch every game. I don't have time to watch the news. I don't have time to play dominoes. Listen, it's a foe of where I say I'm going in life. So the key is a person, place, or thing that's pushing you towards your destiny is the friend. A foe is a person, place, or thing that's pulling you away from your destiny. And once you identify the things that are not complementing where you say you want to go, you have to identify that thing as a foe immediately and create separation. Separation in love, not in hate. Remember what I just said? I told my guys, I'm acting like I'm at the bar watching a game. And I'm like, hey, guys, listen, man, I got to get out of here. I got work to do. Drinks on me. I'll catch up with you guys later. I did that in love. I didn't say, man, listen, man, y'all's mindset sucks. You guys don't want anything in life, so I can't hang around you anymore. I'm not going to say that. That's not my personality type. My personality type is to tell the truth that's for me. And the truth is, I love you guys. Drinks on me, man. But I'm not supposed to be here. I made a declaration. I'm not telling them all this. It's none of their business. I just create that season of separation immediately when I figure out the fact that I'm entertaining a foe. Now, a foe can be something you love. And a lot of times, a foe is something that you love. And there are things in your life, in my book, I talk about it. You got to learn to love things from a distance for your season. For your season. There are people in my life that I love, but I have to love them from a distance right now because it doesn't complement me having 10 diamonds left and 10 diamonds right. So whatever declaration that you just made, whatever you just declared, if you said, I want to be, a senior director before Friday this week, I want to be a sapphire before Sunday at midnight, whatever you said, it's possible to happen. Like, Johnny, how are you going to do 10 diamonds left and 10 diamonds right in the midst of the coronavirus? How is none of my business. When is none of my business. It's only my business to focus on the friend of my declaration. And the friend of my declaration is, I got to make some calls. I got to get some exposures done. I got to do some Zooms. I got to have some group conversations with my leaders to see who wants to become a diamond. And then I got to contact them and say, hey, listen, get your phone out. Today is your day. Today, I'm jamming your phone. We're going to call everybody in your phone, and we're just going to do it. That's a friend of where I say I'm going to go. But if I say, hey, pick 10 people in your phone that you like and you know that likes to make money, well, that may be a faux conversation because now I'm teaching you that everybody in your phone is not a prospect. So me simply saying that out loud could create a faux thought for that individual. You see how this works? So I immediately identify it and I say, listen, screw what I just said. Let's call everybody in your phone. That statement alone was a friend of where I said I was going. Everything that you do from this day forward is going to be a friend or it's going to be a foe of where you say you want to go. Now, here's the reality. The reality is, once you identify something as a foe and you don't create separation, you become your own foe. When Johnny finds himself entertaining a foe, because I don't want to hurt that foe's feelings. I don't want the foe to think that I've changed. Now I'm becoming my own foe. Most of the people who are listening to me right now, if you don't learn to identify your foes, you'll never get to where you want to go in life. And the flip side of the coin is when you do learn how to identify a faux conversation, a faux place, a faux thing, a faux person, FOE. When you know how to identify it, and now you do, I taught you how to do it. Now you are obligated to take action. And if you don't take action, if you don't create that season of separation from that foe, person, place, or thing, some of you guys play video games a lot. A video game is a foe for you to hit the next rank. That's a foe. Listen, knowing the lyrics of everybody's song that releases this week, just so you can say you know the lyrics, knowing those lyrics may be a foe of you hitting your next rank. Well, Johnny, is it that serious? Yes, it's that serious. The obvious foes are obvious. It's the foes that you discount. It's the foes that you don't give credit for being foes that have the potential and strength and power to hold you back. So today, for the rest of the day, for the rest of the week, for the rest of your life, I want you to implement the friend or foe. A friend is a person, place, or thing that's going to push you into your destiny today. A foe is a person, place, or thing that's going to pull you away and hold you back. And only you know who your foes are. I don't know. It's none of my business. But you know what they are. And you got to cut them off. You got to create that season of separation. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. If you liked it, take a screenshot, tag me on all social media at Wimbrey. Screenshot, straight from the book, From the Hood to Doing Good. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thank you, Holton, Erling, Bugs, all the staff at ibuumerang for just making these type of things happen. The morning inspiration, our noon presentation, our 8 p.m. presentation, the Spanish presentations, the Polish presentation, all presentations, the Greek, the French, the Italian presentations that are going on all over the world today. That's a friend. That's a friend of your success. And if you're surrounded around foes, I dare you to subscribe to the iBoom channel and never miss another presentation, because we know the presentations are the friend. And everything else, the distraction, is a foe. So why not come into the friend? Come into the light. Come into where the friends are. If you're home, all this negative news going on, everything that we feel obligated to keep up with, you keeping up with some of that stuff will be a foe to your production in ibuumerang. Be a friend. Be a friend of your own success. God bless you guys. Thank you so much for having me. Go get it.